Hello, everyone, and welcome to the ViaMonstra Online Academy. My name is Johan Arvid Mark, and today I have the absolute pleasure of having a distinguished guest in the studio. Hey, Kent, how are things?
Hey, they're great, and thanks for having me, by the way. Super happy to be here.
Sounds good. I mean, you've been in the config manager space since, I guess, forever, but for people who don't know you, can you give
Yeah,
me just a short introduction?
quick introduction. Yeah, so as you said, my name is Kent Agerlund. I'm based out of Copenhagen in Denmark, and I've worked with Microsoft technologies for like 30 years now, long enough to have used Configuration Manager way back when it was still called SMS. Today, I still consult in the product. I still help organizations around the world get the most out of their Microsoft infrastructure, with a focus on endpoint management, also security and automation. So yeah, I've been in the game for a long time. And I must say, Johan, and you know this, I still enjoy running these classes here. I I think I learned something new every single time we run a class. A new way of solving a problem or a new headache that can be solved in a slightly different way. So yeah, this is truly a mastering class. Um,
But
yeah.
that's one of the perks by doing live trainings. You never quite know in advance what questions that will come up, what experienced folks that are coming into the class brings with them. So one training is, even though the outline may be the same, there's always a little bit difference there. But I just realized we've been doing training together for a good decade and a half now. Time flies when you have fun. But this particular class, the Config Manager or Mastering Config Manager class that we have here in the Academy, can you
Mm.
uh, tell us a little bit more about it, and maybe more importantly, why should folks
Yeah.
attend it?
Sure. So first of all, the class is built for the IT pros who has been working for Configuration Manager for a little while. Sometimes we do have students who have been working with the product for 10 years, but we also have students who just started working with the product. So I would say, whether you're kind of new or you just haven't had time to go deep, this class here is really your chance to level up. And the thing I hear the most and why this training matters. We spend most of our time going through things that we use. So I think the word best practice or the words best practice really are the two words that covers the training the best, because when I'm not delivering training, I'm out there, as a consultant, uh, helping customers with their config manager, helping customers with their endpoint management strategies and security strategies, and all the things that I learned there, I bring to the classroom. So I would say some of the key takeaways is, practical scripts, real life scenarios, um, getting a security first mindset, and especially with working with endpoint. Working with endpoint is one of the 6 pillars when we talk about zero trust. That is really baked into this class here. Infrastructure optimization, super important. Configuration Manager is what I would consider a rock steady and solid product, but there are still things that you can tweak in a wrong direction. And obviously we need to know what works best, and what works best for one customer is not necessarily the same as what works best for another customer. And I really just want you to walk away from this class with a toolbox that you can use Monday morning the week after. So it's not just flights and theory. It's real stuff that you can use.
All right, thank you so much. And I think you said it the best, that the focus is really around it's real world. It comes from first-hand experience, spending late night weekends, working with the product for many years for different organizations. And I usually say this myself, but if you spend, say, 10,000 hours in the config manager console, you accidentally get pretty good at the config manager console. And it's hard not to, in fact, to get good at it. But it's real world information.
Yeah.
Now, Kent, if you would have like one practical tip, just outside of the class for a second, but around config manager, what would that be?
That would, I mean, somehow, learn and master CM pivots. And once you do that, you will not only learn about, what is your current environment and your current state of a specific thing, but you will all of a sudden also be really good at, being proactive, because you can quickly get some insights about, how are your devices reacting right now. Meaning that if you don't stop doing that, or if you want them to react like that, then obviously you need to do more of that. But yeah, CM pivot, it's definitely one of the features that I would look at, and it's one of the features that we are spending quite some time on. Obviously, working with Configuration Manager, out of the box, it's an on-prem configuration and setup. More and more organizations are moving into a more hybrid world, so obviously you also need to master that. And when you're moving into a hybrid world, meaning that you have some workflows in the cloud and you have others on-prem, you really need to figure out when it makes sense to move the workloads, when it doesn't make sense to move the workload. And again, just like you said before, Johan, for some customers, it may be a good solution to keep this on-prem, while for other customers, it may be, a brilliant solution to migrate the very same workload. So stuff like that is super important.
All right. Thank you so much. And it happens to be that I have a screen prepared with the training itself. It's curious how things play out here, but this is our masterclasses. This particular course that we mentioned here is the Mastering Config Manager class. Read up more about it. You have the full outline and what's expected of you and what you will gain from it, etc. But the information is right here. I just wanted to share that. I will put the link also in the description below here in the video. But that means, Kent, thank you so much for joining us, and I
My pleasure.
look forward to see you soon. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.